Hello everybody, welcome to my vlog where we have been talking everything post Covid-19. Are we ready for what is to come? Are we ready for what is here already? Known as the new normal. Yes indeed. My name is Moe Mohapi, also known as the host with the most, and today I'm bringing you the most trends that I have picked up during Covid-19. Are you guys ready to hear more? Click on the subscribe button right now and let's get this show on the road. Alright, so first things first, I really do hope that you guys have been watching the rest of the videos. I think there's been 4 so far, where we are basically talking about market share, talking about planning for your new business venture, talking about actual business opportunities that you can explore during this time, and just generally talking about what this pandemic means to the world as we knew it, right? And I say knew it because I speak in past tense, 'cause the life that we knew, as I've said again, and I'm regurgitating it right now, it's not the same anymore. All right, so as promised, the little black book is featuring again. I got inspired again. I wrote down some notes. So please don't be disturbed if I look down to read. I want to make sure that I give you guys exactly what it is that I've been preparing for. But first things first, how are you guys doing? Are your hands clean? Did you wash your hands? How many times did you touch your face today? I know, right? And today is actually what I would think is the official Freedom Day, because everyone is out and about, from the joggers in the morning to the shoppers in the stores. But guys, please remember, this regulations are there to help you. They're there to protect you. So make sure that you are adhering, that you only travel when it's really necessary, that you only go out when it's really necessary for your own safety and the safety of your family and the people around your community. All right, so today we're going to talk about trends. I know trends, right? It's hip, it's happening, it's things that are occurring right now. I mean, just like any other thing, just like fashion, every sector, every market, everything also has what we call a trend. And there are a couple of trends that I've picked up. I'm only going to talk about 3, so bear with me, okay? And if you've got trends of your own, please do share with me. Do share with me. All right, so really what I wanted to mention is that the change is here. You know, the change is really here. We've experienced a new way of doing things in, you know, going to the mall, in just your freedom to move around and be able to go wherever you want. It's limited because that's a new way of doing things, you know. And it's so fascinating to see when you walk into the store how, you know, everyone is just wearing a face mask and everyone is sanitizing, people are wearing gloves. And that's basically like, that's just like how the life is going to be, right? It's insane. But it just shows you that we are able to adapt during the change, and that should be the same for your business. That should be the same for your personal brand. You should be able to adapt to the different changes, definitely. So well done to you on being able to adapt to the new ways of doing things. It means you're on the good track. It means you're really on the right track. So I've been like obviously checking out things that are happening and kind of picking up on trends. And the first trend I want to talk about is what most businesses are asking themselves right now: to pivot or not to pivot. That is the question. I just hoyed a nice William Shakespeare to it. Again, I'm so sorry, I'm outside because I wanted a bit of fresh air. So if it's loud with the cars driving past or birds chirping or dogs barking, whatevs, right? We are relaxed today. We are definitely relaxed today. So now some of you are sitting at home and wondering, what on earth is it to pivot? Okay, so to pivot is basically an organization's ability to change its entire core business, right? Into going into something completely different. Or if you had a business with a lot of product ranges, you then have to kind of decide to streamline and focus on one core going forward, right? So this is used by a lot of hedge investment firms, and the ability to pivot it's very important. So it's good to pivot, right? It's good to pivot, but it's challenging because you have to do considerable amount of research. So it goes back to my video where I talk about market research and how important it is to actually go and research. You know, you don't just go into things. So pivoting is the same thing. You have to really explore everything and make that conscious decision on whether you are taking a complete turnaround or you're streamlining your business, okay? And in order for you to actually be good at that, you know, so the downside of it is that you need to make sure that your business is agile enough, your business is flexible to be able to change in between the trends, because it's a trend, right? So to pivot is one of a strategy to be used as a trend, because the one sector is not working, so now you're pivoting to another sector. The one industry is not working, so now you're pivoting to another industry. And that's basically what to pivot is. It's just to make a conscious decision to turn around your whole core business in going into something else. Okay, so that's the first trend. Second trend that I've picked up is the new buzzword, e-commerce. Oh my goodness, we are inundated with e-commerce. So for those businesses that were operating in e-commerce for all the couple of years, fantastic. You guys have been able to like struggle through it. The lockdown, the Covid-19 did not stop you at all. In fact, it actually enhanced your business. It made your business better, which is fantastic, right? It's great. And for me, it's just a phenomenon to see that people are actually buying now to receive later, and they don't even know when the later is, but people are still supporting e-commerce businesses, from online shops to online services, which is fantastic. It's really, really great. And it's nice. It's actually nice to see that people are embracing technology, and because it is part of the new normal. Cool. And then I actually stumbled across something so beautiful. So this is free advertising for Standard Bank, and I hope they're actually listening, and I hope they pick up that I'm really selling their product. But Standard Bank has come up with this fantastic service offering called the Simply Blue. Oh my goodness. So it is an online web store for your business. So whatever you're selling, Standard Bank has offered a online software solution where you can create a whole website, a secure payment system on your own, like through your phone, through the computer. And you obviously have to apply everything online, but if you want more information, please go Google it. Google Standard Bank Simply Blue. I'm just flabbergasted. I mean, you're paying only 350 Rand per month for your subscription fee, and you design a web store. You know how difficult it is to actually have a web store? And here you've got Standard Bank just offering it to people during the time of need, which is fantastic. Okay, but just like everything else, just like to pivot, there's a downside to e-commerce. So e-commerce is great, it's fantastic, it's where the world is going, it's where we kind of want to be. But the reality is our data costs in South Africa are ridiculously high. Our home to Wi-Fi is ridiculously limited because of the cost. And so if you're thinking of following this trend or changing your business model to fit into your e-commerce, you have to be cognizant of the fact that internet is a real struggle in South Africa, and we still have a long way to go to overcome that hurdle. I mean, government is trying to really fight so that we can actually get what is owed to us, like cheap data rates. Look, some of the service providers have been able to tweak it a little bit, but it's still not where we need to be. And if you want to segment and change your whole business into e-commerce, you need to be cognizant of your market, okay? So you still have to go back and do your market research and understand that, is your product offering really good for online, or do you still have your traditional guys that need a physical store to walk into and purchase online and purchase in store? Okay, so those are like that's kind of like the downside of basically of e-commerce. Okay, so just make sure that you do extensive research, because stability of network is it's dicey at the moment. Okay, I mean, how many times do we all complain that our service providers are down? Even with fiber to home, sometimes we struggle with internet connection. So you kind of have to really, really consider that and be cognizant of the fact that it is possible that, yes, don't throw all your eggs into one basket. So you can experiment with it 100%, but don't invest fully in it unless you are really capable to run the e-commerce, to attract your customer base for that specific service offering, and to deliver. With lockdown and the restrictions, think about the delivery process. How long is it people going to wait for the product or the service? How are you going to deliver and distribute this product? It should be within the bounds of the regulation. Are we okay? I think so too. And then the next one that I also picked up is also a buzzword, PPE. Everyone is talking about PPE. So PPE is not new. PPE has always been there because obviously a lot of healthcare facilities and also public areas use a lot of PPE kind of equipment when cleaning, when servicing. But the nice thing about this new trend is that it has also opened up into households. So they've opened up their clientele into households, into individual servicing, which is great. It's also something to explore. But we have to be cognizant of the fact that, so PPE has peaked right now because of coronavirus. But what's going to happen once coronavirus has been, kind of like shielded and we've calmed the situation down, is PPE still going to be relevant? So if you are going to explore and change your whole business model into being a PPE service provider, you need to kind of distinguish whether it's going to just be temporary or if it's going to be a permanent solution. And then if it's going to be a permanent solution, you really have to think of a 5-year strategy on how that's going to work for you. Okay, and remember, when I spoke about strategy, I spoke about being smart. Okay, if you don't know what that is, go back into my Madam Speaker 101. I spoke extensively about the importance of strategy and what kind of objectives you have to have. And then in my vlog, I spoke about market research, the internal and external environment that really determine your decision making. Okay, so a lot of my content is out there really giving you information about what to do, what not to do. But I think the most important thing to just really remember is that there are trends, and you need to ask yourself a question: is this trend a strategy, or is this trend just a fly-by-night for me to make a quick buck right now while it's hot and not? Okay, so we have to really be clear about it. You need to understand fully whether the strategy, whether the trend is part of a strategy for long term, or if it's something that's temporary. And if it's temporary and you've got the ability and the capabilities to actually hop on that bandwagon, then do it. We're all trying to get a quick buck, right? Absolutely. I hope you guys enjoy that content. And if there's more trends that you guys have picked up on, obviously this is just what I picked up on, and it's like the buzzwords. It's basically what people are like, brimming for right now. But let me know, share with me, let me know what you have learned, let me know what you have tried really on the new kind of trends on dealing with coronavirus. I really hope that you guys continue to watch my videos, share my videos. Please let me know what you think about the content, and subscribe to my channel so that more people can get this information. It's free, it's great, and it's given by me. Remember, my name is Moe Mohapi, the host with the most, and I'm here to inspire, educate, and motivate. Peace.